my name's Vita McCampbell, and today I had the pleasure of hanging out with the guys from Local Kid. Today we were at the studio of Grammy Award-winning producer Rafa Sardina. Hello, gentlemen. So I'm sitting here with Sho, Junior, and Amaya from Local Kid. What's going on?
What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
You guys having fun yet?
Yeah.
It's been a long fun ride.
A long fun ride? Where'd it start?
Well, I started off, actually I came in on the tail end of it. These guys have been knowing each other for a while, since
grade school we've known each other.
Fifth grade. I sat behind him in fifth grade and sixth grade. It was Amaya and Anderson, so we sat behind each other.
Yeah.
Was it fun having him behind you? Did he harass you at all?
Sometimes. I guess that didn't sound right, did it? Be careful how I answer that one.
Yeah.
No, of course, no. I mean, obviously we're still, best friends today. So, it's been an experience. It's been cool.
So how'd you go from knowing each other in the fifth grade to making music together?
Well, I used to ride his bus home whenever he did go to school. I would ride his bus home, and at the time I was just mostly in like concert and jazz band, and he was more of like the metal guy. So I'd ride his bus home and he'd teach me how to play some guitar and some drums and stuff. And we just started from there, and then I guess we weren't called Local Kid then. It was just, the two
Larry
kids.
and Mike show.
Yeah. That was it.
crazy. That's all those kids.
Yeah.
But and me, I just came in on the tail end. I've been doing music since about 6 years old. Play drums, been in music class, and I'm from Kansas City, so I really didn't expect to come out to California and be with a band, but I'm out here and I met this guy. He was actually a screenwriter when I met him, and I was doing hip-hop music. I had already been signed to a couple of deals, but Larry came to me and he said, I got this friend of mine that he does music. Let me have one of your songs, and I'm gonna send it to him. Send it back to him. He sent it back to me, and I was just blown away by it. So
yeah, like 2 days. He came to the house, and Sho's really talented as far as creation and production of music goes. So he didn't really know that I was into music and stuff. So he just brought one of these tracks over my house one day, and I was just floored by it. So I just sent it over to Amaya, the internet. He's in Austin. So literally, like the next day, he sent the track back to me, and I think that was, at least from my perspective, where we saw how we all gelled together and how our different influences could kind of merge into this genre, or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Now, with Amaya being in Austin, that's got to be a different kind of writing process, because you guys write all your own stuff. How does that work where you guys are in different cities?
You'd be surprised how common it is nowadays, with the internet and all that. I mean, there's a lot of bands that, or at least professional bands, that they don't even see. They live in different cities, all of them, and they either Skype or send tracks back and forth and work that way, and then get together at the end, maybe in the studio. Some bands don't. They record tracks at their home studios and put it together.
I've actually met this guy about 6 times.
Right.
In my entire life. The first time we met, we must have killed 4 songs, 5 songs, maybe more. This cat wrote 60 of them.
And
we just basically, after he wrote 60 songs, that already has sold me on Larry, coming from the script world to the music world. So, and he came out with all his musical ability, and we just put everything together, and it was song after song after song. And from those 3 songs that we made in the beginning were the ones that got us to this point.
So what's your process? You guys come up with an idea? I mean, who starts? What's the deal?
You start, and then we'll just take it in sections and how we do it.
Basically, I'll have an idea. I have a home studio that I put tracks together on my own. I'll send it to Larry, say, hey, listen to this, or the show, listen to it, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
And beep. Send it to Junior, and he listens to the tracks, and he picks out the ones he likes or things that might work or not. He basically starts doing the lyrics for him, bounces it back, and we go from there. It's weird
different
every time, but that's usually how it starts.
He'll come up with something, and he'll call it, melodic. He just thinks of a name when he emails it to me. I write some lyrics to it. I call up Show.
And I'll change it to fit whatever.
And it's funny.
Modify it.
The way that I think in my head, how, when you write the lyrics, how it's supposed to sound. And I think that's how all of our music evolved, because I'll write some lyrics to it. Mike will have already written, like the hook and come up with all the instrumentals and stuff. And I'll give it to Show, and at first he said, well, how do you want me to sing it? And I would try to tell him, but now it's to the point I just give him the lyrics and I just say, run with this shit, man. Because all the way that the songs are developed now, it's really like a creative process between all three. And without the different influences, it wouldn't be what it is. Like the lyrics and stuff that you hear, the way that they were in my head aren't the way that he sings them, thank God. Because the way I'm trying to scream them, the cat can really sing, and it's just, it floored me the first time we did some stuff in my garage. Like 110-degree weather when we did Run, the first time. We were in the studio, if you want to call it that.
The garage.
The garage.
So how did you end up from your garage to here at a studio that's owned by an 11-time Grammy Award-winning producer? I mean,
wow, so you said it like that.
That's a pretty that's not too shabby, right?
Yeah, that's pretty quick,
The
too.
last time I checked.
The way that it actually occurred, it's just, everything happens, it happens for a reason. And it's a clearly cliche to say that shit, but this is exactly how it happened. We came out of the studio with Run, and I think, we weren't being cocky, but we were like, man, this is really the shit.
Who's cocky?
So, we burned CDs, we were proud of it. What we did, we worked real hard on it. So I brought it to a party, and I just had this cat listen to it. And he actually knew Rafa and called Rafa that day on his cell. He said, hey man, just listen to this. It was 10 o'clock at night, and you just hearing it over his cell phone. He's like, cool, tell the dude to call me. So I got his number, and before I talked to show him, they're like, well, what are you gonna do? I try to get over there and play him the song, So what are you gonna say to him? I'm gonna talk to him like a man. Yeah, he's won 11 Grammys, but and I was all cocky and shit. But then I sat in the chair where you're at, and I was like, fuck, because it came down to that. It came down to that, and I made the phone call. He said, come over to my house at this time. I brought my ass over here, sat in that chair. We chatted for 30, 45 minutes, and the whole time the songs, we had 6 or 7 songs demos on there. But when Run came on, it's just he's like, stop. It's like, okay, and then I was like, oh, thank God, because that was kind of it was the end all be all. It just proved to us, that what we were doing was legit.
I have the privilege of sitting here today with 11-time Grammy Award-winning producer Rafa Sardina. How are you?
Doing great.
So, at this point in your career, I have to ask, what drew you to Local Kid?
Well, it was a combination of different elements. Not just the music. It was, obviously the music comes first, and I had to listen to the one track or a number of tracks that really excited me. But besides that, it was a combination of their personalities, getting to know them, getting to know where they draw their inspiration from, how they convey that information into creating music, into creating their own songs, their own pieces of music, and then how they express themselves live. So when I met them for the first time, I had to have a second meeting to really get to listen to everything they had done, because they came with a very short selection of music. But I really wanted to know more about them, because I really liked what I heard, but I didn't hear the whole story. So the second time I really got to listen to all the tracks and focus on the ones that really truly excited me. Besides, the production value of what they had, but the songs themselves.
How often do you get that excited feeling?
Not very often. Not very often. There is a lot of music creation out there now. Everybody can create their music. Everybody can record at home. They can do it in their laptops, in their bedrooms. But even though there is so much creation, it doesn't mean that everybody is able to communicate, at such a level that can really connect with other people, and they really do.
How would you describe their music?
It's very difficult to describe or narrow it down to just one genre of music. I think that they have such a broad sense of music. They bring a lot to the table. They, from their own backgrounds, you know, from doing rock, from doing hip hop, from doing all kinds of music, and even straight pop music. That what they really do, it's a combination of all of the above. You know, it's very difficult to describe. Sometimes I joke that it's world music to them, but in a way it is. It's very, very universal.
Where do you see their future? What do you think lies ahead for Local Kid?
I think they do have a very, very bright future. You know, they are great performers too, and that's one other aspect that I really wanted to check early on. I wanted to know if they could actually not just create that music, but if they could express that music with other people, and they could actually get other people as excited as I was about just the music. So I really foresee a very bright future for them.